Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Allure of the Seas, one of the most fascinating ships that I've ever been on, and you are in for a treat. Today's video, we're going to be going over all of the cool things on board and giving you some tips and tricks while you're on board. Also, if you're watching this video, I want to let you know that we are giving away a cruise for 4 people to one of our subscribers when we hit 10,000 subscribers, so be sure to join the family. Starting off on deck 4 forward, we are going to pass the Blaze nightclub and head right into the smoke-free Casino Royale. This is for all the gamblers who don't want to deal with all of the vices like smoking when you're in the casino. They do have a few tables and some slots. It is a significantly smaller casino than the smoking casino, but if you are very reactive to smoke, this is a great option for you. Moving up next, we have Comedy Live, which is the smaller comedy venue. I have to say the comedians were very funny on our sailing, and I highly recommend checking out the comedy show. Be sure to book those before you get on board because tickets do sell out fast. Studio B straight ahead is the ice skating rink where they also have shows, and you can do free skating during the allotted times throughout your cruise. Walking through the art gallery where you can purchase pieces of art that you find fascinating, we head to the full casino. Now, I have to say, this casino was gigantic. Even during the most crowded hours, there are tons of tables. I'm talking blackjack, craps, roulette, baccarat. They had pretty much a table for anything. There's also a giant bar that has TV. We went during NFL season, which gave us a really easy time to find the games. They were played in the casino. And if you walk out the casino, you are greeted by one of the main dining rooms. There are 3 main dining rooms on board, however, they are all the same. They are just one floor above each other with an open atrium area. They serve the same food, and I have to say the food is fantastic on the Allure of the Seas. And if you walk right out of the main dining room to the left, you have the hibachi and sushi restaurant Izumi, which is a paid-for option. All right, right above, we are on deck 5. We're going into the Silk main dining room. Again, they're all named different things, but they are the same menu, so you do not have to worry about it. And once you walk out the main dining room, you are greeted by the Royal Promenade according to the elevators. And if you head right to the right, you have the Champagne and Martini bar. This is the higher end bar on the Allure of the Seas. The cocktails are very good, and it gets a little crowded during the evening hours. However, if you're getting a drink before your early dining time, it is the perfect time. It's empty, you have a chance to chat with the bartender, and it's absolutely fantastic. To the left, we have the Rising Tides bar. Behind that is guest services, where you can go to make a complaint. However, Rising Tides bar starts on this deck and goes all the way up to deck 8, and I have to say it is one of the cooler bars that I've ever experienced. To that is the Collection, which has high-end designer bags, and then Cafe Promenade right across from there. This is going to be a rapid fire because there is so much on this floor. The next cruise where you can go and get a discount on your next planned Royal Caribbean cruise. And across from that is Regalia, which is a jewelry designer store as well. Here you have Sorrento's, which is the pizzeria that is open up late night. I personally don't really like the pizza on Royal Caribbean. I know that might be sacrilegious to some, but that is my truth. The next bar right across from that, which is the Bow and Stern, which is an Irish pub. However, they do not have Guinness, which was a little disappointing to me. Then we have Port Merchants, which is the duty-free shop on board. It does extend to the next area where you can get your designer perfumes, colognes, and alcohol, all duty-free, of course. Across from that, you have Boleros, which is a really cool bar venue that has live music in the evening hours and is usually pretty empty, so it's a great place to grab a cocktail. And then across from that, you have On Air, which is the sports bar on board. This bar is a great place to go and talk to people, meet people, and watch any of the sporting events that you are a fan of. Right outside of that, we have the Starbucks coffee, which is not included in your drink package if you do have one. And of course, there is seating right outside of Starbucks, which you can watch your on-air TVs at, which is really convenient. So you don't have to go fighting for a spot in the bar, because on-air does get extremely crowded, especially during a sporting event. Heading through, we are at the Amber Theater, which is the main theater on board. They have many events in this theater, like musicals, plays, comedy shows, pretty much anything that you would watch that's not an aqua show or a skating show, and the entertainment is very high quality. Royal Caribbean is known to have some of the better entertainment in the cruise industry, and this Allure of the Seas entertainment staff does not disappoint. Heading up to deck 6, you are greeted by the spa, and this spa is super zen. I have to say, it smells absolutely fantastic in here. Once you're in here, you'll know exactly what I mean. There is this spa cafe which has smoothies and some light bites for the healthier options on board, and I recommend totally going here. If you do have the drink package, the smoothies are included, and if you're not, they range from like $6 to $8 a piece. The gym has tons of equipment, and it is a great area to work out. And just another shot of the spa cafe as we're walking out. Now, I do have to say, the way that deck 6 is laid out, you have to go through the hallways to get to the next area, which is a little bit poor of a design, but that's fine. We are at the Boardwalk, which is one of the most unique features on any cruise ship. As you walk through, you can see the carousel horse being designed in the different stages of how they're carved, which is pretty cool. And before we get to the carousel, we are at the Boardwalk Doghouse. This has sausages, hot dogs, bratwurst. It's a really cool place. And across from that is the donuts. They are small donuts, but they are very good. I had one just filming this to stop by, and it was very good. Right next to that is the ice cream place, which isn't included in your fare, but it is very good, high quality ice cream. And across from that is an arcade. This is a very small arcade. There is another one that we'll get to later on in the tour, but this is just something convenient because the Boardwalk is a very populated area. Coming out of the arcade to the right, you have Sabor, which is a tequila and taco restaurant, which is a fun little combination. It isn't included in your fare, however, so the tacos do range from a couple of dollars per taco. And right across from that is Johnny Rockets, which also isn't included in your fare unless we are talking breakfast. They do have breakfast options that are free. And straight ahead, there is another Sabor, just tequila stand. It's just a full bar, but they do have a good few bottles of tequila. And of course, we can't talk about Royal Caribbean without talking about the Aqua Theater, which is on the aft of the ship. I'm gonna lie to you guys, this is probably the most entertaining show in the entire cruise industry. And then we have the rock climbing walls that overlook the aft of the ship. All right, heading up to deck 8, we are going to about the back midship. We have Dazzles, which is a live entertainment lounge that is 2 floors. It has a really great view of the aft of the ship, and I have to say, it is a very regal looking place. If you just see how beautiful it is, it's a lovely area. And heading out of Dazzles, we will make our way into Central Park. Now, this is one of the first cruises that I've ever been on this size, and I have to say, Central Park is super unique. They pipe in birds chirping, all the greenery is real, and right here we see Chops Grill, which is the steakhouse on board. The steakhouses are always fantastic, and this is the top of the Rising Tides bar. As we walk forward, we head to the Trellis Bar. This is a great place to grab a nightcap drink and just take in the sights. It's warm usually, and it is really cool just to be in all nature in the middle of the ocean. Here we have Central Park Cafe, which you can go to for breakfast. They have a variety of sandwiches, fruits, smoothies. I highly recommend checking it out. And across from that is Giovanni's, which is the Italian restaurant on board. It is an additional charge. However, if you do like Italian food, it might be worth the splurge for you. Vintages is the wine and tapas bar. We did not have a chance to go here, unfortunately, but it was very raved about from a few people. Just look at this. The size of the ship is just truly astounding, and this is such a cool spot. Heading up to deck 15, the rest of the in-between floors are pretty much staterooms. Deck 15, you have the solarium. Here you could check out. There's a hot tub overlooking both sides of the ship, and then we can go into the adults only area. So if you need a break from all the children on board, you can come here for a little bit of serenity. They have a few hot tubs, as you'll see, and they also have a mini buffet, which is extremely convenient during boarding day because not too many people know about this. The hot tubs are perfect. It's very nice. They're comfortable size. You could probably fit up to like 20 to 25 people in each one. And this is a great place to come when you're sailing away. And now we're heading out to the main pool area. As you can see to the left, there are hot tubs. And then there are 4 of these pools scattered throughout this deck. As you can see, they are pretty significantly sized. You could probably fit a decent amount of people and you're not fighting. There's a lot of seating. There is a lot of bars on this level of the ship. And here you can see that there is a little stage area where you can listen to music. Sometimes they'll have a live band out here or a DJ for sail away party. And of course, you're overlooking Central Park. As you head here, if you have kids, this is a great place to bring them. It is a small little water park. It also has a pool here as well. And there is always a lot of laughs and fun going on in this water park. I highly recommend checking out if you have kids. If you look to your right, this is Breeze, which is a Royal Caribbean themed shop. They have a bunch of Royal Caribbean Allure merch. And here we go at El Loco Fresh. This place has a long line whenever we were out for lunch. Did go, it was very good. However, I will say if you are dying of hunger, maybe go to the buffet before you wait in line here because it does take about 10 to 15 minutes to get it. And as you can see, this is here. This is while they were getting ready to open up for the day. And there is seating right outside, which is really nice. You could just grab your food and go. Across from that, you have the sports court, where they have pickleball, pickup basketball games, and a bunch of other cool events like dodgeball. Here is the Allure of the Seas, and right across here is the zip line, which is totally free. It does get a little bit crowded. You can sign up for the zip line on this floor right across from the FlowRider. There are 2 FlowRiders on this ship, and I have to say the lines can get a little long, but it is worth it to learn a new skill. There is also the wipeout bar right next to it, so you can get a drink while you wait in line, which may or may not be a great idea. Here is the mini golf course. The mini golf course is kind of small and not really technology forward. I'm kind of surprised because everything else on the ship is so cool and advanced, but this is kind of just like a normal, basic, no frills mini golf course. On the left, you can see that they have ping pong and then some foosball tables as well. Also on this floor, I told you we'd find the other arcade, and we've made it. This is the larger arcade on the floor, and I have to say, there is literally every game under the sun on here. The games do range anywhere from $1 to $5 a pop, but there are some really cool prizes as well that your kids can be playing for, so it's not all for nothing. And finishing off the tour, we are on deck 17 in the Windjammer. This is one of the busier places on board because it is open for all 3 meals of the day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And it is open late. There's a hydration station. This was filmed during breakfast, so you can get your omelets, you can get grits. They have juices like apple juice and orange juice, all complimentary, teas, coffees. This has a bunch of Coca-Cola self-serve machines too, scattered throughout the cafe as well. So honestly, great selection of food. We'll talk more about the food in depth in our review for the Allure of the Seas. But thank you guys so much for watching the tour, and we'll see you in the next video.